From a foreign point of view, the Americans are collapsing. They keep saying, we don't trust in America. And we keep saying, who asked you to trust us?
For the full episode and much more, go to geopoliticalfutures.com/podcast.
This is the storm before the calm. We're in the storm. All the norms are being broken. In the same way that Roosevelt broke all the norms. Lincoln broke all the norms. Washington broke the norms. And of course, because we have short historic memories in the United States, it all seems unbelievable. Well, you took Roosevelt to the reductio ad absurdum by building a massive federal government, equality that he started the idea of equality among the races. You've taken it out to everything, not just race, it's everything. And there was a revolt. And revolutions cause casualties. And revolutions cause unhappiness among sections. And that's what's going on in the United States.
Now, that's the institutional cycle, as you call it in your book. That's an 80-year cycle that we're coming to the end of now, really, in terms of since FDR. The socioeconomic cycle is the shorter one that is also coming to an end right now, and we're sort of waiting to see what happens there. Talk us through that and how the present moment reflects that.
Well, the socioeconomic problem is an economic crisis, which we really didn't have, except that this institutional crisis was leading us to one, the way the Federal Reserve Bank worked and everything else. So went saying, this is the first time in American history where the two cycles coincided. And I didn't know what would happen. Meet Donald Trump. That's what happened. Out of nowhere, out of places where people don't usually come as president, like Lincoln, like all these people. He came out of it. And he started a storm, blasting away at the system right out of his shop. So he's taking shots at the institutional system, which Reagan didn't do, which Carter didn't do, no matter what. They were sacred, but the social economic situation was what they dealt with. When Reagan came to power, it was an economic problem. That was something terrible. There was no real economic problem here. It was a cultural problem. And an institutional problem. And so this is the difference in this one, that the two cycles for the first time in history came to their bottom at the same time. And therefore you see the trade situation, the institutional situation, the shift in foreign policy taking ways and didn't have before, with a speed that has been taken before. A rage on both sides that's normal for the United States. I mean, we're not England, It's only the English rage against. We are Americans. We rage against each other. Of course, some are from Ireland and some from England. So the point is, we transferred it. From a foreign point of view, the Americans are collapsing. They keep saying, we don't trust in America. And we keep saying, who asked you to trust us? So there's a disconnect between Europe and the United States on this. And Russia is starting to learn what this moment means. So Biden was a nice guy. He didn't push around and he just said weapons. That was from the previous cycle. It wasn't Biden. This is the storm. After this, usually 10 years after the election of that president, it starts to calm. 10 years after Reagan came in, you started to have the fruits. You had investment capital, and that created Microsoft. That investment went into tech because before there was no investment money. Now there was plenty. So this is a part of the cycle that presses it. Is it an economic? Is it a social? In this case, it was both social, it was institutional, less economic.